Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. At least 18 people, including 4 children, have been wounded in an overnight Russian attack, according to Ukrainian officials. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russia also targeted energy infrastructure that ensures normal life. French-built jets were used for the first time to push back the attack, according to the country's air force. The barrage comes after the US suspended military aid to Ukraine this week, including intelligence sharing. Zelensky is travelling to Saudi Arabia next week, where talks between Ukraine and US officials aimed at ending the war will take place. Trains to and from Paris have been cancelled, an area evacuated and part of the main ring road temporarily closed after an unexploded World War II bomb was found on tracks leading to Gare du Nord station. Eurostar services at Gare du Nord were scrapped for the day after the 500-kilogram bomb was found on tracks in the Paris suburb of Saint-Denis during overnight work. Homes with windows in a 500-metre square radius of the bomb were evacuated, and part of the Paris circular ring road was shut as the clearance operation took place. Forces linked to Syria's new rulers have engaged in heavy fighting with fighters loyal to deposed President Bashar al-Assad in a coastal area of the country. It is the worst violence in Syria since rebels toppled Assad in December and installed an Islamist transitional government. A war monitoring group, the British-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, said more than 70 people have been killed. A curfew has been imposed in the port cities of Latakia and Tartus, where the fighting has broken out. There have also been reports of clashes in the city of Homs and Aleppo.
We have more oil and gas.
US President Donald Trump has signed orders significantly expanding the goods exempted from his new tariffs on Canada and Mexico that were imposed this week. It is the second time in 2 days that Trump has rolled back his taxes on imports from the US's 2 biggest trade partners, measures that have raised uncertainty for business and worried financial markets. On Wednesday, he said he would temporarily spare car makers from 25% import levies just a day after they came into effect.
Good morning from what has been a wild night here.
Tens of thousands of people have been evacuated and some 84,000 households left in the dark as a rare tropical cyclone approaches Australia's eastern coast. Cyclone Alfred is expected to make landfall on Saturday morning between the Sunshine Coast and the Gold Coast, known for beautiful beaches and top surf, as well as Brisbane, Australia's 3rd biggest city. The cyclone, the first to hit the area in 50 years, is expected to land as a Category 2 system with speeds of up to 130 kilometres per hour. It has already caused flooding, which authorities fear could worsen over the weekend. The former Olympic snowboarder and Canadian national Ryan Wedding has been placed on the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list for allegedly running a violent transnational drug trafficking network. Wedding is wanted for allegedly shipping hundreds of kilograms of cocaine from Colombia through Mexico and Southern California to Canada and the US, and for orchestrating multiple murders and attempted murders to further his drug crimes.
Wedding went from being an elite athlete to running one of the most sophisticated drug trafficking networks in North America.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And a SpaceX rocket has exploded shortly after it launched from Texas, grounding flights and triggering warnings about falling spaceship debris. SpaceX confirmed the uncrewed ship had suffered a rapid, unscheduled disassembly during its ascent into space and lost contact with the ground. The massive SpaceX Starship, the largest rocket ever created, spun out of control shortly after its launch. No injuries or damage have been reported, but images from those in Caribbean Sea island nations show fiery debris raining down from the sky.
All harbor. If you look up now, you will see SpaceX Starship, which is blowing up over our heads.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.